This 8-minute video is designed to help people get into their first rental, particularly if you're finding it especially hard due to a low or casual income. I'm on a team that includes over 200 property managers, including many of the most awarded in Australia. So I called up some of the best that I know and asked, what advice would you give yourself if you were trying to get a rental for the first time, especially if you were young, had no previous rental experience, and your income was low or based on casual employment? Well, this is what they told me. The first thing is, don't feel property managers are your enemy. They're people too, and just understanding their perspective can help you. See, property managers have been entrusted with what is many people's greatest financial asset. As such, they're looking for tenants who have a reliable income, are easy to deal with, and will maintain the property's value and appearance. This means they need to approach all rental applications with a good dose of what I call healthy paranoia. They have strict instructions from the property owner and legal obligations that constantly remind them it's not their property to take risks with, no matter how much they like you or want to give you a go. So if your application is rejected, don't take it personal. They are rejecting your application, not you. If you have a chance, ask them how you can improve your application so that you might be successful the next time. By just asking nicely and politely, you've already done something that will make you stand out to them like a ray of sunshine amongst the next flood of applications they receive. And don't apply for every property you see. Many agents have a clause on their application form saying that should your application be accepted by the landlord, you agree to enter into a residential tenancy agreement. So only apply for a property if you're serious about it. And renting with a friend can be a good way to lower costs, but applying as part of a group is not that great an idea. Property managers are usually concerned if there are 3 friends sharing, because that's 3 different lots of each individual's friends that will be coming over to the property, and that makes for a lot of wear and tear on the premises. Whereas if it was just a couple, then that would be a lot better on the house. Property managers generally choose the lesser amount of people, as property owners don't want to risk their expensive investment being turned into a party house. So, keep that in mind. If you're going to rent with a friend, try to find one with a rental history. And consider being a little bit more flexible when it comes to your living arrangements and expectations. For example, moving that little bit further out of the city can lower your rental costs. Arrive at open inspections early, or at least on time. The easiest way to demonstrate you're as keen as you say you are is to be the first one at the head of the queue. Let's not sugarcoat things. The reality is you're in competition for that property, and to win that competition, you need to stand out. You can do that by contacting your local rental office and asking for some application forms before you need them, then filling them out completely, leaving no blank spots except the rental property's address. You can fill that out when you find a property you like. Include your current income on the form, even if you're not currently employed. Attach photocopies of your driver's license, Medicare card, savings and Visa card, and an account with your current address on it. And all references and other supporting information as well. Now when you find a property you like, just add the property's address and hand it to the property manager. But do that at the end of the inspection, not during it, as the property manager is normally busy during that time keeping an eye on the property and all the people coming in and out during the inspection. Property managers hear a lot of promises from tenants about, yeah, I'll fix that tomorrow, yeah, I'll get the forms to you, yeah, I'll sort the rent out. And then they have to spend their time chasing people for things they should have already done or have ready. Having the forms ready before you even become a tenant marks you immediately as someone that's easy to deal with and organized. And property managers love people who are easy to deal with and organized, because they make great tenants. If you're young and looking at a first-time rental, taking a parent with you to the inspection can often be a good idea. It shows family support and commitment and solidarity, and it can help the property manager feel more confident about you as a potential tenant, as it indicates that you have supportive parents who will keep an interest in what you are doing and the property. Remember, if you're under 18, you can't sign a legal lease. So until you turn 18, you can ask a parent or a guardian to put their name on the lease. If you're on a low income or a casual income, it might also be helpful to know that parents and guardians can sign as a guarantor on your application. Now, if the property manager advises you that they will get back to you within 24 hours, wait for this time to lapse before contacting them. Try not to contact them more than once or twice at the most. If you're calling every hour, the property manager will make a correlation between how you are now and how you might be during the tenancy. After being approved for the property, organise to come in as soon as possible to sign the paperwork and pay your first 2 weeks' rent. You don't want the owners changing their minds. And be well presented. Property managers aren't looking for cool or fashionable, they're looking for safe and secure. Now, what about references, I hear you ask? Well, if you haven't rented before or are new to the workforce, how can you get good references? Well, there's always a way, and here's a few. First one is use a long-term family friend for a personal reference, not one of your friends. Someone who has seen you grow up, visited your house, and can vouch for your family values. If you're putting down employment or business references, don't use mobile numbers. They can make property managers suspicious, as there have been many incidences where people have had their friends pretend to be employers or managers. List references who can be contacted easily and make sure the number is correct and working. And also remember to ask them if they're happy to be named as a reference for you before you put their names on the application. And don't forget to let them know they may be getting a call. Getting forms done in advance, a reliable income source, and being well presented are important attributes to be considered for a property and go a surprisingly long way. As a first-time renter, you can sometimes need a little luck to secure your first property, or rather the first property that you like. And in the property market, there's a lot of truth to the expression that luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So for the best chance of a positive result, I'd suggest wherever possible, have your rental forms, answers to income questions, references, and champagne, if you're over 18, ready before you apply. Well, that's it for now. I hope this video has helped in some way, and good luck.